Okie dokie, so now we're ready. So I'm gonna explain to you how to use this magic tool. So what you need for this exercise is you need a piece of, this is 70 micron metal tape. Remember, you can use this tool on thick and thin metal tape, but today we are focusing just on the thick, because the thin metal tape is well, I'll do one on the thin metal tape as well, but for this purpose we're only doing it on the thick metal tape. So you need this tool, you need your normal nail buffer. I prefer to work with a normal big black pen, guys, instead of working with this, because it's just basically the noise of this on the material, that scraping noise, I just cannot get off. I can't handle that. I know I'm full of nonsense, but it's the truth. And then just the normal paper stump. This is your, I think it's a three, count three, this one. And then what else? An eraser. And if we really must, you know what? Let me just put some of these tools down. Otherwise, you know, this little tool, we're not really going to focus on it much, but it's just that tool that you can get from your haberdashery needlework tool for texture wheel, and normal black acrylic paint, the brush to apply it. And as I go along, I add on something, I will show you, but this is it. That's basically all you need. Okay, for us to start, you need a flat surface to work on, a hard surface, so like so, and it doesn't have scratches on. And then you need something that's got a little bit of a padding. So I just put one layer of felt. As you wish, you could put 2 layers of felt, depends on how much you want to deboss or work into the metal tape. Remember, we're working with metal tape and not pewter. Right, now to start, let us draw on the hard side. We're going to decide, I'm just going to take, this is not one of my stencils, this is just a random stencil I bought somewhere. So I'm going to trace it on the back of my metal tape, and I'm just going to use some of this tape to tape down the stencil. It's a very, very hot day once again, guys. Very hot. Early in the morning already. Okay, there we go. Now, so I stuck it down. Nice. I have to stick it down. There we go. Like so. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, because I said I cannot, as much as I love you, I cannot work with this thing to trace. So I am going to go in there either with a dull pencil like this pencil, or my normal black pen. I prefer to work with just the black pen. So what I'm doing now is I'm tracing from the behind, because I want to. There's no specific reason why I'm doing so. It's just, you can do it from the front, you can do it from the back, with your tracing, of course. That's what I mean. It's your personal preference, but I'm doing it from the back. Right. Quickly tracing this. If you hear the vrr in the back, it is just for the sake of this tutorial, to get me through it. And then I'm turning it off again because we have to save electricity. and water at this stage, because there's a shortage of water as well. But nevertheless, we can create. But if each one of us just does a little part, it will make a big difference. Okay, so that's what I've done. I've traced the stencil. Now I can take it off, put it out of my way, turn it around. Okay, didn't do really what I wanted it to do. You can see it, but still, let's see how I can work with this. What I normally do is I use my nail buffer. I'm going to take one that's less sharp, for lack of a better word, that I've used already, and just go over this, scratchy, 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 so I can see my design. And now, you can just take a normal paper towel just to take the dust off. Now I'm turning my thing around, and now I am working on the thick or the flat surface or the thicker area or the felt. Let's put it that way. And now I'm going over that design again from the front. You will notice how my pen is sinking in. It's sinking into the design, sinking in, or the design is sinking in to the felt, because obviously now we are working on layers, on something that gives. And that's ideal for embossing and for debossing. Okay, and remember guys, this is not a full-on metal tape tutorial on how to work with thick metal tape. There are tutorials available for sale. This is just to teach you how to work with this magic purple plastic stump I have. And the endless opportunities and possibilities that you can do with it. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, if I keep it like this, it's indented into the metal. Now, what I do again is I stay on this for now. For now, I do stay on this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to decide, I just want to take a piece of paper like this, because the black pen tends to make dots. So I'm just going to go in there, and I'm going to start using this tool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around, and now from the back. It's just preference, okay? I'm playing. On the solid line of the heart, let's do that one. I am pressing with this. So let's do this one. Let's do the other heart. On a soft surface. Okay. So look what it looks like on the outside. Can you see it's elevated more than what it is over here? That one hasn't been done. So look, let's do that one. Righto. So now if I keep it like this, you can see all of these defined hearts. Those patterns I haven't touched. I haven't done anything with them. So now I turn my work surface around and I work on the hard side, on the whatever, the hard, yeah, let's put it on the hard side. For me as an artist, let me quickly give this thing a frame. Let's just cut it and make it a little bit smaller, because otherwise it's very intimidating if it's such a big piece now just to make for the sake of this tutorial. Yeah, I know I cut very skew, but it's art. And you can always save your extra pieces. Never throw anything away, because it always comes in handy later. Okay, so let's just put that to the side. Okay, now that cheap, well, it's not that cheap anymore. This little roller, I'm just going to give this thing a bit of an edge so that it already looks like it's got a little bit of a frame. And then we're going to start working with the magic tool. So normally, guys, what one would teach is go in there now and use your paper stump to flatten all your background in order to have that piece elevated or raised. No, I don't do it that way. I go back there with this, and then I trace around my heart, not on the same line, but sort of like next to the line, if I can put it that way. And then I go inside the heart, so what I've done is I have created a double line. So I've gone against the edge of the other line and then inside. So I've created, that's one form of embossing that you can use of this tool. Now, look at the other one. Let's turn this around now. Okay, now let's focus on this little part here at the bottom. Now, the same, I'm going to go around it. But now I'm working on a soft surface. So this one is more indented. Then this one is a double line, and now we're going to go for the big boy, the big heart. Now, once again, I'm going to go on the black line of the heart, trace it, like so, turn it around, and then watch what I'm going to do. Watch closely. I'm going to take this let me do it again. See how I am pressing the background flat and how I'm working with the edge of this towards the design, and how it's helping me to pop it. Okay, so now once again you have an area here that you can see. If you look at this closely, this area, the background, is still very unneat. So let's just focus on that area. Look what I'm doing. I'm going in there, around the design, working against the lines of the designs that are on here. And this is sort of like I'm working with it as if though it's an eraser. Don't be scared of it, guys. So in other words, instead of using my paper stump, the normal paper stump, this one, I'm just using this tool the whole time. I just want to put off some light here because it feels like there's too much shining light on the, okay, so here we go. So here, working on this whole area now, the background, I'm working as I taught you against the design, and it's working sort of like an eraser. I'm making the design pop. So if you stick like so, like I'm doing, if you stick with this thing over here, look how I'm doing it. I am flattening this whole area, which makes it much easier for me to go in there now and do my definitions, do more raising of whatever elements I want to have raised. And I'm only using this without having used my paper stump once. I'm just using this and this. Okay, now I told you, because of the fact that I'm working with a big pen or a black pen, it makes these dots. So it bothers me a bit because I want some clarity here. So, and that it's a clean look. So I'm just going to go over it with my nail buffer again. So that it's a clearer image for you guys to see. So there you go. Now look at the first one we did with the double line. It's a double line. This one we popped out a bit. This one we popped even more, and we used, look, we used that back of this the whole time to flatten the background, and you work against the design, against it. Okay, so now you say, okay, yeah, but I wanted more pop. That's fine. I don't want to necessarily pop the hearts now because otherwise I have to fill them, and that's not part of the tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, and now let's do something that we can pop. So we've got these magic designs or these other squirrelies going on. So inside of the squirrely, I'm going in there with, on the soft felt, with the point of this plastic stump. Okay, so look, the whole thing is elevated. So there's an ideal area where I can show you again how to use this, and then the other one. We're going to do the other one. So I'm doing it from the back. So Okay, so I'm just going to go over it again. It's that favorite design of mine that makes, it's actually a symbol, it's symbolic of something. I should put it up for you actually. Okay, so look, very, very raised, very, very raised, but not neatened. And then I've got that little one at the bottom. Let's quickly do that. So you see, I haven't gone into there, I haven't gone in there with either this yet or this, or even I used the back of these. I haven't gone in there yet. I've just used this and this and a pen. That's it. Okay, so now turn this around, go back. Now what is the purpose? We want to flatten this background, that background, so that this can pop more. So you take this wonderful tool of yours. Let's see if I can move this thing. Yeah, let's see, let's hope for the best. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the bottom one first. Yeah, so I'm going to go around the embossed area that you've pressed from the back. So there we go. Look how nice and crisp that is. So I did that perfectly. But if you find that there are areas that you want to sort of like make more crisp, use the back of this. Go in there like so. And guys, those of you who are watching on your cell phones, please zoom in. Look how I'm going in there with this tool. Look. Even into the smallest area, I maneuver it. Look how crisp that is and it feels. Okay, you want to do one more or two more? Let's do these ones we started with. Okay, going around the embossed area that you have, remember, embossed from the back. How's that? Once again, look at how raised and perfectly embossed it is. Now let's do this big one. Once again, you've embossed it from the back. You've done this with this on felt. Now turn it around. Look what I'm doing. Go with the point and go against the area that you've embossed from the back. Going around, turn your metal tape around, guys, that you don't get your elbows in a knot. I talk from experience. Going against it, against it. Et voila. Look at that. Now, just for the sake of this tutorial, like I said, I'm going to let those be erased, and now I'm going to go in there again. Let's see, just to make sure. Use this. See how I'm working against my design. Move your metal tape. I'm making crisp lines. Crisp. Even going in there. Go. And work with it. So now, guys, if you look at it from this way, if you look there, see how perfectly raised and embossed those curly whirlies are. Let's just do something for the heart with the hearts, just for the sake of this tutorial. Yeah, just with this, I'm going to go on the inside. Going to create a double line. See, I'm turning my metal tape around and around. Then you have better control over it. Now, there's the heart. I made a double line. The inside I will now smooth out for you with this. So sometimes it happens that you get a crinkle or whatever in your metal tape when you buy it from someone, or when it gets damaged, not damaged really, because you can fix anything with metal tape. Then you take out, let me give you an example of this thing, for example. So now, for example, if I have to open this, okay, and you think, oh my gosh. Okay, some people use credit cards. I will go in there and I will take like a lollipop stick or whatever, and then smooth out, try and smooth out the creases, because obviously now if you want to do a face, you don't want to sit with a crease over there. But now with this tool, it's so amazing, because what I do is I just sort of like gently, so it doesn't make marks, I smooth out. It's like with everything in life, guys, just be gentle with it. Gentle. Okay, there we go. So look at that, how smooth that is in comparison to that. Okay, no fretting. Okay, let me finish this for you. So this, I love this. What I've done inside there was actually what I've just done here. So now let's do the other two hearts and then we're done. Okay, let's go to the inside again. And like I said, we are focusing only on this tool today. I'm not going to focus on anything else or the rest or whatever, because this is not a full tutorial on how to work with thick metal tape. That one, I've done exactly the same, the middle, and now I'm just going to do that little heart. Let's, just for the sake of it, the heart wants what it wants. Let's just Now, look at me, turning my paper around, and now I'm going to go in there with this. Not a paper stamp, not the back of your cup and ball tool, which by the way is very scarce. Can't get hold of them easily. So what I mean by the cup and ball, here's a little ball from I don't know, from some or the other cocktail stick. Okay, so what I've done there, you can also do with this. So look, this is what it looks like now. Now I turn it around, and voila, the same. Go in there and define just around the edges. And then in the process, remember, flatten your background. If you want a nice crisp heart, use it. See how I'm using it to my advantage. There I can see, oh, something I've missed. Even for your double lines, what I mean by the double lines is, remember, this is the technique we did with a double line. In other words, a line on the outside, a line on the inside. Okay, this is an embossed line. This is a more embossed. We can even emboss it even more, just for the sake. Sorry for that noise. Once again, just using this. I can carry on forever and ever and ever to explain to you how wonderful this tool is. I have it in my shop. Guys, it's really worth it to invest in one of these tools. Now this heart is really embossed. Look. And what do? I just refine the edges again. This one will probably need to be filled so that nobody pops my heart or yours. Okay. And this is everything that you can do with this. I hope you've been watching, and I hope you could see everything that I've been doing. And I'm telling you guys, this tool is an absolute must-have in your metal tape or even your pewter. It's for those who do pewter kit, because it can do, see, I can carry on like this forever and ever and create crisp. It's just to make your work crisp. And now, just to make sure, showing it to you again, I've cut out most of this. I've just used this. So I'll color this in with black now, and I'll post it, and I hope this has been very helpful. So please go and have a look at my shop, and please go and look at this tool and what it can do for you. It is really worth it. And this is only the beginning. This is thick metal tape. You haven't even started to know what it can do for you with the thin metal tape. Okay, that's me. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll speak to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.